A thunderous roar shattered the stillness as Israeli F-15 fighter jets launched a powerful first strike, leveling a key Iranian military base in seconds. In a bold show of strength, these fourth-generation warplanes reminded the world there's still a force to reckon with. But what are the real capabilities behind this surprise attack? And how has Iran responded to this escalating air campaign? Join us as we uncover how Israel's F-15 fighter jets launched a devastating first strike that wiped an Iranian military base off the map. Israel recently declared that it now holds a commanding advantage in the skies, just days into the major operation that targeted Iran's nuclear infrastructure and military capabilities. The aim of the campaign is to significantly weaken Iran's defense systems, including the destruction of many surface-to-air missile launchers scattered across the country. At the heart of the aerial assault is Israel's advanced fleet of F-35 Air fighter jets, which flew missions deep into Iranian airspace. These fifth-generation aircraft are supported by older fourth-generation jets, like the F-16 and F-15. While the older jets lack the stealth features of the F-35I, they are still being used effectively, particularly to drop low-cost glide bombs on a range of Iranian military targets. On Sunday, Israeli fighter jets carried out a strike on the airport in the eastern Iranian city of Mashhad. The city lies over 1,400 m from Israeli territory, making the mission Israel's longest-range attack since the start of its bombing campaign. This strike not only highlights Israel's deep strike capabilities, but also demonstrates its ability to operate in Iranian airspace with minimal resistance. According to the Institute for the Study of War, a conflict research center based in Washington, D.C., these airstrikes on Iranian military airports and air defense systems will likely limit Iran's ability to push back against Israeli operations from within its own airspace. By degrading Iran's ability to track, intercept, or defend against incoming aircraft, Israel is attempting to maintain full aerial dominance as it continues its offensive. Israel's military has also employed more cost-effective methods to extend the reach and frequency of its operations. Its aircraft are using joint direct attack munitions, simple gravity bombs that have been upgraded with affordable guidance kits. These kits, produced by American defense contractor Boeing, convert standard unguided bombs into precision-guided weapons. Although JDAMs are not classified as standoff weapons, meaning they must be released closer to their targets, they offer a balance of accuracy and affordability. The ability to deliver these precision strikes with older aircraft equipped with JDAMs allows Israel to conserve its most advanced assets, while still delivering powerful blows to Iranian military sites. These weapons enable Israel to strike a variety of locations, from radar installations and command centers to missile storage facilities and airports, all while minimizing the risk of civilian casualties and conserving high-end resources. Israeli fighter jets have not only relied on American-made JDAMs during their campaign against Iran, but have also been seen carrying locally developed spice bombs. These bombs, similar in function to JDAMs, use advanced guidance kits to transform ordinary unguided bombs into precise strike weapons. The SPICE system, short for Smart, Precise Impact, Cost-Effective, was developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, an Israeli defense company. Open-source intelligence sources have confirmed the presence of both JDAMs and spice bombs in Israeli airstrikes across Iranian territory, including around the capital, Tehran. The use of these affordable yet highly accurate weapon signals that Israel is able to hit strategic targets without having to rely exclusively on its more costly missile systems. This gives the Israeli military a broader set of tools and more flexibility in how it chooses to strike. Analysts have also mentioned that Israel's ability to fire these smart bombs without much concern for Iranian air defenses reflects its current aerial dominance. The combination of precision and lower cost has allowed Israel to maintain a high tempo of attacks while preserving more expensive and limited munitions for other priorities. On the other side of the conflict, Iran has responded by launching over 370 ballistic missiles at Israel since Friday, firing them in waves aimed at overwhelming Israeli defenses. Government figures from Israel indicate that at least 30 of these missiles reached impact zones, leading to the deaths of approximately 24 people and injuring more than 590 others. Ballistic missiles are extremely costly, often priced in the millions of dollars per unit. In contrast, a single jam can cost only tens of thousands of dollars. And spice bombs, though slightly more advanced, still fall into a more affordable category. The cost disparity highlights how Israel is carrying out its campaign with a more sustainable and cost-effective strategy. While Iran is using up expensive and harder-to-replace missile reserves by launching multiple missile salvos, Iran is quickly depleting its stockpile of long-range weapons. While Tehran is believed to possess several hundred or possibly even a few thousand ballistic missiles capable of reaching Israel, this rate of fire could soon strain its inventory. Israel, for its part, reported on Monday that it has already destroyed one-third of Iran's missile launch platforms, making it more difficult for Iran to continue firing at the same rate. In addition to missiles, Iran has also sent hundreds of drones toward Israel. These unmanned systems, while much cheaper than ballistic missiles, come with their own limitations. The Shahid 136 drone, for example, one of Iran's most widely used models, is estimated to cost as little as $20,000. However, drones move far more slowly than missiles and are easier for air defense systems to detect and intercept. This contrast in cost and effectiveness has become a defining feature of the conflict. Israel's strategy of combining high-end air power with cost-effective precision weapons appears to be working. It is neutralizing key targets deep inside Iran while conserving resources. At the same time, Iran's response, though aggressive and sustained, is burning through critical stockpiles of both missiles and drones, raising questions about how long it can maintain this level of intensity. As the air war continues, Israel's blend of technology, affordability, and tactical advantage is clearly shaping the course of the conflict. Although Israel has maintained air superiority during its current operation against Iran, the continued missile and drone attacks from Tehran are placing a growing financial burden on Israeli defense systems. Each time Iran launches a wave of drones or missiles, Israel is forced to respond with its high-tech air defenses, each of which comes at a steep cost. At the lower end of this cost scale is the Iron Dome system, designed to intercept short-range threats like rockets and small drones. A single interceptor missile from the Iron Dome system is estimated to cost around $50,000. While effective and widely used, the expense adds up quickly when facing dozens or hundreds of incoming threats. For higher altitude or more dangerous projectiles, Israel turns to the A3 system. This advanced defense platform is capable of intercepting targets in space, but comes with a much higher price tag. Each missile fired costs several $millions. As Israel's defense systems worked around the clock to neutralize wave after wave of missiles, it wasn't alone in the effort. American officials have confirmed that United States military forces in the region have been involved in defensive support, helping intercept some of the Iranian missiles aimed at Israel. However, Washington has emphasized that its involvement is limited to defensive efforts and that it is not participating in any of Israel's offensive strikes against Iran. Behind the scenes, though, U.S. support extended far beyond missile interception. The United States and Israel secretly modified Israel's F-35 warplanes to increase their range, allowing them to strike deep into Iranian territory without refueling and without losing their stealth advantage. According to what two American officials revealed to Middle East Eye, the change described as classified was designed specifically to support Israel's major air assault on Iran. These officials, who requested anonymity, confirmed that during the Friday attack on Iran, Israeli F-35s did not use mid-air refueling or land in any nearby countries for fuel. Instead, the aircraft were able to complete their long distance mission using a new internal fuel system. This system was developed jointly by the United States and Israel, and it does not interfere with the jet's stealth profile, one of its most important features. Israel's customized version of the aircraft is known as the F-35 Adair. This fifth-generation stealth fighter is the only one of its kind that has been modified to such a degree, offering Israel capabilities that are not available to other countries operating the F-35. This change significantly increased the F-35's value as a long-range strategic weapon. The officials also noted that the scale and surprise of Israel's strike on Iran would not have been possible without this upgrade. One of the officials described the development as a game-changer and confirmed that American support was critical in making it happen. While the technical details of the upgrade remain classified, defense analysts believe the system involves the use of additional internal fuel tanks, likely installed in such a way that they do not affect the aircraft's radar cross-section. This would preserve the jet's stealth shape while extending its mission range. The upgrade is not just important for Israel's defense strategy, it's likely to be noticed by other powers as well. Military observers across the Middle East are expected to study the F-35 performance during the operation closely. And beyond the region, rivals like Russia and China will also be paying attention to how the F-35 was used in real combat and what that means for future conflicts. This cooperation also underlines the depth of military ties between the United States and Israel. Both officials confirmed that the modification was carried out with full involvement from American defense experts, reflecting Washington's ongoing commitment to keeping Israel ahead in high-tech air warfare. One American official declined to give specifics on how the F-35 was modified to carry more fuel, but hinted that some form of external feature had been added. A second official was more direct, stating that Israel attached external drop tanks to its F-35 jets to extend their range for the Iran mission. Aerospace expert Richard Abulafia from Aerodynamic Advisory responded to the news by calling the modification impressive, period. According to him, using drop tanks was likely Israel's only realistic option if it wanted to avoid both mid-air and ground refueling. The real challenge, Abulafia explained, was to develop an interface between the F-35 and external fuel tanks in a way that doesn't compromise its stealth capabilities. He noted that simply attaching tanks isn't enough. The entire fuel delivery and mounting system must be carefully re-engineered to fit within the aircraft's aerodynamic and radar invisible design. Abulafia described the upgrade as a complex engineering feat, saying, "The Israelis, with American support, I assume, practically performed surgery on an existing jet to make it work." The F-35 fighter jet is officially listed as having a combat range of about 700 m, while the shortest one-way distance between Israel and Iran is roughly 620 miles. This means that a round trip would not be possible without either refueling or significant modifications to extend fuel capacity. Without mid-air refueling and without the ability to land in nearby countries for fuel, Israel's options were extremely limited. One theoretical